Right. So yesterday we have seen that how to use or call a report type basically. So with the report type, the thing is that you select, there are certain report types which are defined, and you select which objects you need in the report, right? So Manjit, please give me the password. Okay, here we are. So for the report, when you start creating a report, first thing that you do is you start selecting with a report type. The report type basically decides on which object you need in the report. Okay. Now, for this thing, let's say I want to create a report only for accounts. Then which report type should I select?
Accounts.
Okay. If I want to create a report which should have accounts and contacts both, then which report type should I select? In my
Contacts and
report,
accounts.
Accounts and contacts.
so does that answer your question, Manjeet?
As in, if it is just a report that we need to create from accounts, we create accounts. Right? Yesterday we were speaking about cross filters, wherein we select, two objects there. So, for example, accounts with opportunities, right? So here,
That
like
was a
when we
filter. That was a filter which was put. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But opportunities were not included. But if you need opportunities also to be part of that report, then that's going to be a different report type. Got it? So cross filter is
Okay.
just putting a filter on some other object. Report type
Okay.
brings in that object fields in that report.
Okay. Okay.
Got that?
Okay.
Tell me
So
if there is
here
a
you mean
question
to
or doubt, please tell me.
so here you mean to say if we need to create a can you just
I
explain it
tell
once
you,
again?
I just tell you that create a report. In that report, I need all the contacts with their account name and the website of the companies. What will you do?
Okay.
Contact first name, last name, email ID, company name, and website of the
So
company.
I think in that case we need to select something that have both accounts and
Right,
contact.
exactly. But this will happen only if these two objects are connected or related, right? So accounts
Okay.
and contacts
Okay.
are related. So that way.
Yeah. True.
So
Yeah.
same logic applies for everything else, whatever report types we have. And we do not actually have to, get into all the report types right now. That's something that you will understand. If we just go by each report type, then we might, end up spending next 6 months only doing the reporting. But what we can do is things which are related, they can be included in the same report type, like account and contact. So there's a relationship between account and contact, right? There's a
Mm-hmm.
relationship between account and opportunity. There's a relationship between account and case. That way. But if I tell you that do a report with opportunities and cases, you cannot do that. Why? Because there is no relationship between these two objects. Correct? So related objects can be included in the same report type.
Oh, only if there is a relationship that has already been defined,
Then
then
only
only
you
we
will get
can.
the, then only you will get the corresponding values, right?
Okay. Okay.
So if there is a case number one, and if uh, corresponding to that you are putting an opportunity, case number is one. If there's no relationship, how will it understand what is the corresponding value for this? What is the corresponding opportunity value for this case? There's no relationship, right?
True.
For account and contact, there's a relationship. So that's how it is. Does that make things clear? Why we will use contact and accounts and all?
Yes, very much sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's one thing. So what we have seen is we can actually pick a report type and we can start doing reports on that. Okay. Now that's what we were doing in our last session. Creating the reports using report types, right? Now the point is that what if I want multiple report types to be a part of a report? That's what a joint report will be. For summary, tabular and metrics, you can pick a report type and create one report. But if you need a report which can include multiple report types, that's something which will be done using a joint report. Okay. So let's say now I have, okay, now we are just talking about this contact and account. You want to create a report for a contact and account, just select this report type, create.
Jeet, I think there is too much of background noise heard. Is it from your side or?
Is it? I'm not sure. Is everyone getting that background noise?
Yeah, Jeet, actually, I'm getting to be honest.
Is it?
Even your sound wasn't too so clear, like as it was yesterday.
Just give me 1 minute then. I
Yeah.
think I'm using a different headphone. Just give me 1 minute. Is it better now? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
far
much
better.
better.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine. So, all right. So we just created a we are just creating a report using contacts and accounts. That's a report type. All right. So in that report type, let's say I just want a few fields. So when you're using the contact and account, you are able to call the fields from the contact object as well as the account object. So let's say I want to bring the account name and the revenue of the account and the email ID of the contact. So now I'm able to bring in fields from both the objects, from the account as well as the contact. All right. So you've done that. Now this report, while we're using the tabular summary or metrics, it's capable of handling one single report type. But now just imagine if you want, this is contacts and accounts. Now along with this on the same report, I also want accounts and opportunities, which is a different report type altogether. Okay, then in this case I need to make it a joint report. Joint report can be done only if at least one object is common. Okay, so in both the cases account is common. So you can create a joint report or club multiple report types in a joint report only if at least one object is common. Okay, so just go to this format and make it a joint format. Alright, the moment you convert it into a joint format, what you get? You get to see that your report has been converted into a block, contact and accounts, account block 1. Okay, so your first report has become block 1. Let me make it all time data. Okay, so these are all the contacts that we have. Now what we can do is we can actually add another report type here. Okay, but before we add a report type, what we are going to do, we are just going to summarize this data. Okay, so a joint format, before you join multiple reports, you need to make a summary of the report. So summarize it based on some field. Let's say I want to summarize it based on the account field, based on the account name. Okay, now convert it into a joint format. See which account has how many records, we have got it. How many contacts, we have got a summary of that. The moment you convert it into a joint format, it creates one block for it. Now the same way I want decide this to see how many opportunities are under which account. So all that I have to do is I just need to go to add and no, sorry, I need to go to add report type and add one more report type here. This time I'm going to add the opportunities report type. Okay, so second block is for the opportunities. It has all the opportunities listed here. But I told you one thing has to be common, account is common. So against accounts, you can see the contacts, number of contacts and number of opportunities. Filter option also, for your first block, there is a different filter and there's a separate filter for the second block. All right. This also you make all time. See, that also. So which account, how many contacts, how many opportunities, we can see it here. We can add one more report type, but again we have to make sure the other report type also has the account object. Let me take cases. See,
How many blocks maximum we can add?
5. All right, see, there's another block for cases. So now I have records in the cases also. Got it? So this is called a joint report where you can actually bring in this add report type button is not active by default, but if you select the joint report format, then it gets activated. All right, and then you can keep on adding the blocks. Only thing that you need to keep in mind, as I told you earlier also, that in one single report type the data needs to be related. And if you are trying to include multiple report types in the same joint report, you have to make sure that the data is so if you are trying to use the multiple report types in the same joint report, you have to make sure that one object is common. As I told you, the same logic applies again here. So if there is no common object, then based on what will I do this joint thing. Got it? So for that reason, one object has to be common.
Jeet, I have,
Mhm.
Jeet, we made in first number one block, number two block account as common. So in number two and number three block, is it mandated to make account common, or we can make opportunity as common between two and three?
See, throughout there has to be one object which has to be common.
Sorry, I didn't. Your voice got cut. I didn't get the answer. Can you please repeat?
Throughout there has to be one object which has to be common. Common means
Okay.
what?
Okay.
Everything should have that, right? So you cannot say in 3 this is common and 2 that is common. Common means common. Everything should have that object, correct? So whatever 5 blocks we are allowed, it should be common. One object should be common, which is actually going to be the axis for it. Got it?
Mm.
Around which the report should be built. If we do not have that thing, then we cannot actually do a joint report. Then we will not get the corresponding values.
Okay.
Fine. Tell me if you have a question here. Simple. So this is something which you might not use very frequently, but it's always good to know option this joint report thing. We most
Okay.
of the times will use summary or metrics and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, Jeet. So in this case, account is common in all the three blocks, right?
right, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Fine. So if I do not have account common, the problem will be that if I do not have one object common, then from where will I get this particular field? In this case, it's account name. How will I get this thing, right? Because joint
Yeah.
report is again, not three different, these are not three independent reports. These are three reports which are connected to each other. So for connecting or, for tying them, I need some common field. So the common field will come from the common object. Correct. So there has to be some connection to one particular object for all the report types which are being included. Now, the other question that you guys might have is, if we are bringing the common objects only, then what is the point? Why can't we actually bring it in one report type? Again, somehow I'm talking about the related objects only, right? Why not in same report type? Not in same report type because account and contact is one report type. Account and opportunity is another report type. Account and cases is the third report type. Okay. Now I cannot include all of them in the same report type because there is no connection between contact and opportunity. Okay. So these have to be different report types. But the point is that they have one object in common, and that's the reason why we can actually create a joint report using that. Okay. Clear on this? Let me know if there is a question or doubt. Fine, simple. All right.
Yeah, the concept is clear. I would appreciate if you could try and post the video today itself in the YouTube, because what I found yesterday is like when I was trying to do it on myself, like then I was stuck somewhere. I was just stuck how to proceed with the steps, right?
Yeah, Jeet. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
even
so
I'm
again the
figuring out
same
the
concept. For the videos, expect the videos to be delayed by 7 days, let's say. From today, now onwards, I will not share any videos 7 days prior to, you know, 7 days after the session only. I'm going to share the videos. The reason is very simple. Don't depend on the videos that much. then you are not exploring, then you are just depending on the video. You don't have to depend on the video. That you just have, see, what I want you to do is just go to the reports tab. Let's make the things clear. Videos are only for reference once you are done with the session. After the session, maybe you are out of touch for 1 month. That is where the videos are being shared for. Or if you miss the session, right? I see that sometimes what is happening, we are actually becoming too dependent on the videos. And when we have that thing running in back of our mind, we might not be that attentive in the session also. What is so big deal in this?
No,
We actually have to
Jeet,
explore.
yeah, Jeet, I totally understand. I totally agree with you. But my problem is like, since it's too early for me, to be very frank, I'm half asleep.
No, but still, let me put it this way. Why I actually want you guys not to depend that much on video, and I do not want you guys to see the videos every day. I want you to make some notes of yours, because see, what you're doing right now is actually, in a way, something which is not going to help you anyway, and it's actually something which is going to be very, very harmful. Why? Because you do not
Jeet,
explore.
I wanted to share something. Yeah, I'm making the notes, and as you are writing here, I'm also writing on my notebook and doing the Salesforce by reading those notes, and it helps. So technically, sometime I don't need videos also. So if
Yeah.
you are doing like this, yeah, just make a note whatever he's writing, and that will help a lot.
Yeah, make a note whatever
Yeah,
I'm writing. Maybe end of the session, ask me that I want to take a screenshot of this if you do not want to write. But still, I don't want you to depend on my screenshot also. Okay, let me make things simpler for you. See, if for creating a report, if we depend on a video, then what is happening? That step by step we are depending on things. But I do not want you to depend on things step by step. All that you need to write down is the navigation. Uh,
Yeah,
for
navigation and the things we covered.
that's true. That's true.
So for Manjit, like you said that, okay, fine, early for me. And don't write it in notepad on your computer. Then you will lose the screen. Have a
okay.
small notebook kind of a thing. Just keep on writing the navigation and anything that you feel is important. That notebook will be your friend for your life. Tomorrow, after a month, when you start preparing for your interview and you just want to quickly go through what all were done and how it was done, you will not have time. You will have 40 hours of video. Do you think you will have 40 hours of time to actually go through the videos? But you can actually look into those
I
notes in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ajit. I am actually making the notes as well, but like I don't know. Sometimes I miss out on some points, and that is where when I get stuck.
So get
Maybe
stuck,
I what it,
that's good.
yeah, but the
Get,
thing is, what I thought is like it's not that I'm not exploring on the platform, but I believe I don't know. Maybe because of the early morning hours, my brain is still half active and half sleeping. So
so
uh,
sleep early in the night.
that is not happening for me.
No, see,
If you ask me, I
seriously,
could sleep only by 12 hours.
I would want you guys to actually explore. I mean, so definitely, sharing the video is something which I'm definitely going to do. That's not the issue here. Sometimes it gets uploaded on the same day. Sometimes there can be some delay that which I have already, communicated to you.
Yeah, my
That's
yeah,
there.
my only yeah,
Hmm. Please go ahead.
yeah, my only worry is like I doesn't want to. What do you say?
Manjeet, there is help on each page on Salesforce. If you see, there is little tab help for this page. If you
Yeah,
stuck somewhere, just click on that, and it will explain everything on the
Again,
I'm
picture.
just trying to more to just to try to understand on the concept. Let's see, Jeet. I mean, if you could try and do it for me, at least it would be really great. Like, taking.
I can do that. I mean, that's again, as I told you, that is not the point. Videos I'm
Okay.
definitely going to share with you all. And, so technically, sometimes it's not on the same day, it might get delayed. So that's a technical aspect of it, but we are not actually talking about the technical aspect. So I'm just
I totally understand. I totally understand
what
that. Yeah.
the way you guys should be working on it, because whatever I am speaking in 1 hour is not what will that's not all, right? So I want you to explore, I want you to go back and look into things. That's the only way we can actually do things. If you still feel that no, I'll just need to go through a certain pattern, you can do that. But that's something that I would definitely suggest that Try to explore. Getting stuck is a good thing. See, if you are actually following someone on the path, and every day you follow the other person, and you come back home, easily, that's not a very good habit actually. One day, if you miss out on the path you are trying to go on your own, and you try to explore things, then I think you will learn four different new things. That's what is more important. Because in what can we talk in like 40 hours? We are just talking about some concepts, right? Till the time you guys do not explore it, it will be difficult. That's something which I feel. See, we are just taking 1.5 month or a 2 months training to learn a complete software. That too, we do not explore anything from our side. Becomes a little difficult. You might realize it a little later. So
Yeah,
that's the reason.
I totally agree to a point, Ajit. I mean, it's not that I'm not
But because you
exploring
are
different.
in early morning.
Only because of that. See, my worry is that unless and until I get the whole concept very clear, like, probably I won't be able to explore as it. So,
That's fine. That's fine. No problem.
all right, yeah.
I
Nice.
have people from UK who attend session at 2:30 also. So 2:30 their time. And I'll make you talk to them also. But that's fine. Let's not talk about the videos anymore. So that's there. But I small suggestion that try to explore things also. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And as I said, the best way is if you guys can write down the navigation part, because once you've got the navigation, Salesforce is all self-explanatory. Then we can actually try to find out things. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing that we will talk is dashboard. So what is a dashboard? Dashboard, is basically, let me put it in very simple words, collection of reports. It's collection of reports. Now, since I'm trying to show collection of reports. Now, just imagine if there are multiple reports put on the same screen, how will it look? If I put one table of data and then put another table of data, then put the third table of data, the end user will not be able to understand anything. So there is no point actually putting multiple reports on the same screen. Okay. So what happens is in dashboard, you try to put the reports. The reports are displayed in graphical format. Okay, in the form of a graph or chart, what we call it, right? So you bring in multiple reports on the dashboard and you display them in the form of chart, right? So that's there. So in a dashboard, there are two things. One is, while we are creating dashboard, we need to bring in two things. One is the dashboard component, which refers to the chart or the graph. That can be a pie chart, that can be a bar chart. Second is the, okay, so there is this dashboard component and there is this source report. Okay, so source report comes from the report that you have already created in the report builder. Okay, so source report has to be firstly created. So I think we created a report yesterday, and I'll use that for creating the dashboard. So creating dashboard, again you need to go to the reports tab. You don't need to go to the dashboard tab. You still need to go to the reports tab. Click on new dashboard, and here it is. So this is your dashboard screen. You can have three columns in the dashboard, and each column can hold one report. Okay, and you can have total 20 reports in the dashboard. Now data sources will come from the reports that you have created. Let's say this is a report. I just have one report, so I'm using the same report as the data source for everything. Components are the graphs. What type of graph you need in which report? Let's say this is my customer support report. This is my sales report, and this is my marketing report, campaign report. All right. So once you have created the reports, you can easily create a dashboard which can include multiple reports on it. All right. So in one row you can have 3 reports. You can have the second row also. This phase you can have maximum 20 reports on a dashboard. See, you can enter something here. Bring it here. Okay. So this ways you can have 20 reports in one dashboard. Why will we need a dashboard? We need a dashboard if, let's say some users or the management team wants to have a quick overview on multiple reports at just a glance, then they can use a dashboard to look into that. Correct. You must have seen a lot of dashboards, in a few places. You see the dashboard on the car, this car dashboard, you see, multiple things together. You must have seen dashboards while you're watching a cricket match. You must have seen dashboards when you go to some websites. Try going to Google Analytics, and you'll find a lot of dashboards there. So that's how it is, right? So dashboard is basically used for showing you the reports. Clear on this? Tell me if there's a.
So can we also add filters on the dashboard, because I see add filters here.
So add filter here is not like your report filter. Okay. Add filter here is not like the way you actually put the filters in the report. Here you can create your own filters, and you can use those filters. Okay.
What
So
kind of filters you can create on that?
I'll just show you. Let's say you have created the dashboards. Okay. Now this dashboard is bringing in multiple reports. Try and understand this. This dashboard is bringing in multiple reports together, right? And now what you want to do is you basically want to allow a filter here which you can actually change, because I cannot modify the dashboards here directly. I do not have an option of controlling the filters here for the dashboard because the report has already been created. So what we can do is we can just add the filter here to bring in a few filter options which can be actually used, right? So for example, okay. So what I've done is I've created 2 filter options, big accounts and small accounts. Big accounts will only include the accounts where annual revenue is greater than 100,000. Small accounts will only include the accounts where the annual revenue is less than 100,000. Got it? Now this filter gets created here at the top. Now if you say show me the big accounts, the dashboard gets refreshed to show the data of only the accounts which are big in size. Okay. So it's actually putting a filter on all the reports which have been used on this dashboard, and checking the values. All right. Now if I just want to see small accounts, I can click on this. Correct. So this way you can create your filter options here, or you can actually say that country equals US. So that will only then include the country US country data on this dashboard. See, there are
Yeah,
no
Jeet.
data for small accounts here. Yes.
Yeah, in case like if I only want to add a filter
Hmm.
for a specific report, say like
Then go
only
to
for
that
sales
report.
report.
then go to that
Yeah.
report.
Okay, only to that report. Okay. And
If
do
you
the
want to
same
make
process.
changes to a certain report, see dashboard, whatever you do is for this entire dashboard, okay, for this entire region. If you want to make a
Okay.
change on a certain report, then it has a source
Yeah.
report, right? So you should go to the source report and customize the filter there. Correct?
Okay.
So to make changes on the report, go to the report, customize the report and put the filter there. If you want to apply a filter here in the dashboard filter, this is applicable on the reports.
So like how should we do that? Like I have to apply a filter for sales report only. So like by going to data sources, how we do that?
The way you created that report, this report came from this report, right? Account industry. So just go to setup. The way you customize a report.
Okay, okay.
Just go to reports, select that report which you want to customize and put the filter there. So whatever changes you make in the source will get reflected on the front end dashboard also. So whatever filter you want to put here, you put it. This will automatically get reflected on this dashboard. Got it? So
Yeah.
we do not have an option of controlling individual reports on the dashboard because dashboard is a different thing,
Yeah.
right? So whatever filters we are putting on
So,
the dashboard is for the entire dashboard. Yes.
yeah, so Jeet, here in that case, if we have some five different graphs in this in a dashboard, like, and when we are when we are creating a filter criteria there, then all these five charts or graphs should be somewhere related, right? Or should have the same kind of a field. Here we had annual revenue, then only, like, all the four, all the three graphs got manipulated and
Hmm.
gave us a result accordingly, right?
Right. So it gets updated, but only where that data is coming, that those things will get updated. Like annual revenue is applicable for account, so only the account reports will get updated.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Fine, got it. So you don't have to have uh, the all the reports from the same object. So if you have put a filter using account field, then that will only refresh the account, the reports which are using the account object.
Account object, got it,
Yeah.
okay.
Let me make it big accounts. Okay. So this is the dashboard. Now all that you need to do with this dashboard is just go and finally save it. Save. Okay. So when a dashboard is saved, your end users can actually go to the dashboard tab and say view the dashboard. So I saved the dashboard with the name dashboard one. All right. So your end users will go to the dashboards tab to view the dashboard. To create the dashboard, we just need to go to the reports, new dashboard. All right. To view the dashboard, you just need to go to the dashboards tab and then you can select which dashboard you want to see, and the filter option is also here. Sorry, you have to select the dashboard from here. Right now there is only one dashboard, so if there are multiple it will show me in the drop down and I can select which dashboard I want to see. You see this? Tell me if there is a question on this. All right, so this is how your dashboards are created. All right, so now we know how to create reports, we know how to create dashboards, right? So dashboard is more for the use of end users who can actually get, who just want to come to the Salesforce screen and have a quick look onto multiple reports, right? Report is what you will use more often, and report is where actually the entire thing is being done. So all the logics, everything is being put on the report. So dashboard is just to bring a graphical interface of it. Right. So that's it for today, and we will, start talking about customization a little further. We will start talking about customization of logics in our next session. So I'll see you then. Please let me know if you have any questions before I leave. Any
Yeah,
questions, doubts?